Okay, so I went into this series expecting not very much. Katsukami Andor to Abandon the Sacred Beast is a show that I knew nothing about. I was unfamiliar with it. I didn't hear any hype about it. And I see the 7.25 rating on Mal after the first episode. And quite honestly, guys, I gotta say that I felt as if this first episode was very well done. I felt as if it covered its, basis for the first episode. It told you what was going on, why it was going on at the time, and then it left you with a big ass question at the end, and it made you say, "What the hell is going on?" So, Katsukami Andor to Abandon the Sacred Beast. This show is basically about, there's the North and then there's the South that are fighting over these crystals, over resources, right? And it's like the Civil War, basically, is how they describe it, which is the perfect way to really describe what is going on. North versus South. Civil War fits the bill. It fits it perfectly. And we have these characters in this show that are called incarnates who can transform into beasts. And before we get too far into that, I gotta say, this show in the first 4 minutes, the audio, the tone, the atmosphere, whenever the war's going on, really, really, really made me feel it. I was mesmerized by it. The audio was amazing throughout the episode, really, essentially. I think it has a different kind of tone to it, but it absolutely captures the tones, or it sets the atmospheres perfectly, for each individual scene, scenario, whatever you want to refer to it as. And I absolutely just was mesmerized by that. Can it keep up the pace? I don't know. I don't know where this is going. I'm just saying I really did enjoy the first episode. That Mappa, studio map of the people that Bayou Shingeki no Bahamut pushed out. So other than that, though, we have these characters that are incarnates, and incarnates are people that have been experimented on, and they can turn into dragons, they can turn into wolves, they can turn into I think there's these humanoid snake things, a bunch of different things. And this girl named Elaine actually was the creator of the incarnates. She's the best friend to, super close to the lover of Hank, and she's really close to Kane. So now at the end, the last probably minute of the video, there will be some really big plot twist spoilers. So if you guys don't want to see that, just last minute of the video or so. So we see that these, the South is supposed to be losing. They're getting destroyed. The North is supposed to be really, really just overpowering. Too many soldiers. And if I do have the North-South thing switched around, you guys understand why. either or, okay? But it's the South. I'm pretty sure they said that was getting dominated. And then these incarnates come, and they just destroy everything. These human-like creatures, beasts, if you want to call them. Well, yeah, beasts. That's what you refer to them as in the title. And they come in and just start wrecking everything, destroying absolutely everything, and the South's just easily winning. And they're all in these white coats. That's why they're incarnates. So we go on and move forward, and we find out that the incarnates are actually starting to turn into the creatures that they can transform into, and these creatures are actually taking over their minds. And we get to see that one of them actually get put down. So in an effort to try to fix things, we get, this is why I partially love the show. It showed us a sheet, and it said probability of turning them back or stopping the progression of the disease, whatever you want to call it. The fully transformation was 0. And it said everything. It was, there's a lot of other things there. There's cannot be done, yada yada. There's 0 results. Everything at every turn, every corner on the sheet of paper that she tried for each individual experiment, and there's 3 papers there, so 15 different experiments that she had written down. Each one was a failure. Each one showed absolutely zilch, 0 results in a positive manner whatsoever. So it really added to that atmosphere of hopelessness for these characters while they didn't know. So you got to see them talking about someone getting married in the future, and so on and so forth. And we, as an audience, knew, wow, these guys' dreams are going to be gone to shit. And, we didn't, obviously it's one episode, so we don't get to know the characters in depth. But I think this show did a great job of showing character chemistry that we immediately got behind. It's not hard to get behind, 2 characters that have great chemistry. And it also did a great job of just saying, wow, these characters are super likable. I hope things end up well. And then, no. At the end, we have Elaine. This is the spoiler parts I'm about to actually dive into. But at the end, we have Elaine, who actually shoots our main character. And I paused there just in case people didn't click off yet. But actually shoots our main character, her love interest, and says, I can't do nothing about this. Everyone's going to die. And she's like, and then Kane, Hank's best friend, from the past with Elaine and Hank, right? The third wheel, I guess, per se. He shows up, and he's the right-hand man of Hank. And next thing you know, he shoots Elaine, because originally Elaine and him were supposed to kill all the beasts so they didn't have to go through the transformation, and they decided to do that because, hey, we created this mess, we clean up this mess. And it turns out that Kane betrays her even after she shoots and makes Hank immobile. Kane shoots Elaine, and then all of a sudden Elaine, Hank disappears. 2 months ago, he's been in Hank's been in a coma for 2 months. Everyone's been transforming into beasts. Hank has to go and kill each individual member that is left alive and had transformed because they've gone rogue. They finally been taken over by the incarnate, and Kane's nowhere to be found, and Elaine's nowhere to be found. Now, the question remains, well, is Elaine dead? If she is dead, why did she just disappear? What did Kane do with her? Why would Kane hide her body? Why? Obviously, Kane has disappeared and she's disappeared. They found no traces of her body. It makes no sense why they have not done that. So what is up Kane's sleeve? No one's heard about Kane. How come Kane hasn't transformed? How come Hank hasn't transformed? Those are the questions that need to be asked. So the bullet that Hank was shot with could play a role, but at the same time, did she coincidentally shoot him and he ended up living? Was that the secret to keeping all these beasts alive, keeping all these beasts from transforming and losing their mind and their souls? I don't know, but so far the show has, answered my questions, set a foundation to I understand what's going on. It's made me ask a big ass question at the end of the show, and it's also gotten me behind a main character that I could really like in Hank, and it's got me behind an antagonist in Kane, which I already dislike an extreme amount because he did the ultimate betrayal and betrayed his best friend. So I really like what I'm doing here. If you like action, I saw that there's a small fight with animation, and the animation was actually really freaking good for that small fight. The camera angles and whatnot, I was like, wow. Now, given it was only like a 20-second fight, 30-second fight, whatever it may be, but for what was there, it was really well done. So depending on the budget, we get a fight that stretches out for like 5, 4, 3 minutes. We could have something really, really, really good. Maybe something special on our hand. I highly doubt something special, but I would have to see the animation continue, because the animation that was there was a super small sample size. The fighting scene at the end with Hank and one of the beasts that got fully taken over was really good. Whenever they were kind of spinning in circles, throwing punches in or whatnot, I was like, whoa, what's with this animation? Now, it was a short stint. Can they keep that up? Well, maybe that's why the animation is so good for a short stint, and it was the first episode, so you gotta do what you can, with your budget to best advertise a show within the first episode. So, as always, guys, hope you guys did enjoy the video. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow Twitter X25, and check out my merch in the description below. Links provided. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Thanks for watching, guys.